and
Hello.
welcome to the Real Watchers live stream for
Mhm.
February 18th, 2026. Hope you're all having an excellent week so far. Kevin, how the heck have you been?
Yes. I've been pretty good. I have one more week until you guys won't see me for 1 week. So just preparing for that. Just going on a family vacation pretty much. So but that's it. That's all I've been up to.
Yeah, don't dox yourself on where you're going, but
No.
we could talk about it afterward. But yeah, so I don't know for sure yet if we'll be. I mean, I'll probably just stream anyway next week. Why not? But yeah, hope you're all doing well. Let's go ahead and jump into the stories this week. And up first, unfortunately, Robert Duvall has passed away, the legendary actor from The Godfather, Apocalypse Now. I mean, several big and high-profile movies. I forget what he won the Oscar for. It's not coming to the top of my head right now. But unfortunately, he passed away. I believe he was 92. So quite a long and productive life, fortunately. But the industry will sorely miss his acting talent.
Yes.
But so extending well wishes to the family of Mr. Duvall.
I think it's called Tender Mercies for Best Actor.
Oh, yeah. Tender Mercies. You're right.
Okay. Awesome. So next up, a seventh Evil Dead movie is coming after Evil Dead Burn called Evil Dead Wrath. I mean, they just got to keep up with the first one, and I think they're going to be fantastic. So
You mean with Rise?
With Rise, yeah.
Yeah, I think if they keep going that like extremely bombastic tone with the great practical effects and just kind of makes you like really wince in pain. Oh yeah, I think they've got winners on their hands, and Sam Raimi I think is still producing them. So after creating the franchise, so. But next up, this is pretty big. First plot details for the new Spider-Man movie, Brand New Day, are here. So the current details read as follows. 4 years have gone by since we last caught up with our friendly neighborhood hero. Peter Parker is no more, but Spider-Man is at the top of his game, keeping New York City safe. Things are going well for our anonymous hero until an unusual trail of crimes pulls him into a web of mystery larger than he's ever faced before. In order to take on what's ahead, Spider-Man not only needs to be at the top of his physical and mental game, but he must also be prepared to face the repercussions of his past. So, sounds like it'll be pretty detailed and interesting. We know that there are several characters coming back, which is awesome. John Bernthal coming back as Punisher, and also Mark Ruffalo coming back as Hulk and Bruce Banner. Which
I wonder how they're going to make an impact in this movie, though.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Like, obviously, I want to see more of the characters interacting with other heroes, and I think it's cool that we're getting Punisher in a big budget movie like this with other heroes, which I think is cool. Kind of taking him out of the Netflix and Disney Plus shows and kind of bringing him in, which is awesome because we're getting a one shot with him later this year. So very, very excited for this. Hopefully it's going to be good. It's got the director of Shang-Chi, so I've got high hopes. So
me too. Just wait. I can't wait to see like another trailer or something like that. So
yeah, exactly. Well, we haven't got anything for it yet. So
no, just a teaser. But next up, the writers of The Conjuring Last Rites and Never Let Go are writing the Dead by Daylight movie, but James Wan is producing it. Okay, I haven't seen Never Let Go. Do you?
I
think that's the one with. I'm gonna mess up the actress's name, but I'll save the.
It's by Alexandra Aja. Oh, it's Halle Berry. Yeah,
Halle Berry. Okay, yeah. So
yeah, Alexander Aja.
So I mean, cool. I wonder where they're gonna go with it, though. So I don't know, and
no idea.
I mean, it has to be like the video game. I feel like.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's gonna stick because obviously the video game, like the lore of it, is it brings in characters from other realities. So I'm hoping that it stays kind of within its own world, maybe teases other things, you know. But who knows at this point? I mean, we've had other games by other companies from that franchise that have nothing really to do with it, so who knows? Could be really anything.
Yeah.
Next up, though, it's pretty exciting. Callum Turner is seemingly confirmed that he is at least talking with Amazon about James Bond. Callum Turner being the actor from Eternity that we saw this last year, as well as several other films. And he was in a recent interview regarding a movie he's coming out in. I forget which movie it is. But the interviewer was asking, hey, so any progress on James Bond? And he said it's way too early to talk about these kinds of things. So it does kind of confirm that he's at least talking with them.
They're talking about stuff.
Yeah, so he looks like he's one of the people that they're talking to, which is exciting. I think he would be a good fit.
Awesome. I think so too. And he's young too. He can do a lot more movies.
Yeah,
so
he can carry the franchise a little longer.
Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin isn't dead, just delayed according to writers. And hopefully it doesn't die, because I heard the graphic novel for this is fantastic.
Yeah,
so
like this would be like an R-rated TMNT movie essentially.
We need it. We
We do. We need more R-rated,
superhero movies.
Not even superhero movies, just R-rated, like based on more family-friendly franchises. Like,
yeah.
Where's my R-rated Transformers? I mean, technically, Michael Bay got pretty close at some points, but But yeah, I mean, this is exciting. Hopefully, it stays animated and kind of goes with like a black and white style. I think that would be so awesome. But next up, some sad news. Apparently, Steven Spielberg's Bullet remake that he was supposed to be doing with Bradley Cooper is seemingly dead. Apparently, Spielberg and Cooper had a falling out, is what I've been hearing rumors of. Also, Bradley Cooper's been busy getting into directing, which I guess Spielberg has been either supporting or helping with on the side or whatever. Not helping with, but like kind of supporting, yeah. But it sounds like they may have had some sort of falling out over it, and it sounds like it's going to be dead. Which, I mean, Spielberg, I love you. You're probably top 3 best directors of all time. At some point, you can slow down, man.
Yeah, take a vacation a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he didn't have a movie come out since I want to say Fabelmans 2022 or West Side Story. I can't remember which one was more recent, but
I think Fabelmans was more recent, not West Side.
I think Fabelmans was. That was 2022. So it's been 4 years. So he did produce Hamnet this year. So
okay, so he's still in the works, but he just needs a little vacation.
He's said that he will do it until he dies, until he is not able to do it anymore. Which gotta love him.
Yeah, good for him.
But next up, Kevin.
Yeah, next up, Kristen Bell has been cast as Amy in Sonic 4. Cool. I don't. I have to see the movie to be like, oh yeah, Kristen Bell was really good in this.
For some reason, I gave you this story because I was like, yeah, I think Kevin's more of a fan of Sonic or something. I guess not. So I will.
I couldn't even. I could tell you the 3 main people in Sonic, and that's probably it.
There you go. Well, Kristen Bell, obviously being a very popular actress, probably most well known for
Frozen.
Yeah, for Frozen, where she played Anna. So, but yeah, I mean, the voice and the attitude, I think it's perfect for the character. So, but the last story for today, Glenn Powell has confirmed that he is not starring in any of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre projects or films that his production company is doing with A24, but has confirmed that he is heavily involved behind the scenes, which, I mean, cool. I mean, if they're going to go that route, maybe go lesser known actors, lesser known actors. We've seen what can happen with Chainsaw Massacre and bad actors, but I think it's cool that he just wants to be involved behind the scenes, because I think any other star production company would be like, well, you're going to put me in it, and it's like, no, you may not be a good fit for the role. So I don't know. I think this is good news, and I mean, he's been in a lot of movies lately, so
yeah, he needs to take a break.
I mean, I love Glenn Powell. I think he's one of the better actors that's kind of in a lot of stuff right now. So like, I'm fine with him being in stuff. Just calm it down a little bit. But that is it for the news. Not a lot of news this week, which is always kind of nice. It gives us more time to talk movies at the end of the show. I mean, we talk movies the whole time, but I can see Kristen doing it. She has that adorableness and sass rolled up into one that can work for Amy. There you go. I from what little I know of the character, I could see her being a great fit. Yeah. But awesome. Yeah, thank you for the input. Alrighty, let's go ahead and talk about the movies you can find on streaming this week. Not a lot of new releases, but up first, Next Goal Wins is available to stream on Prime Video, which is the video or the sports movie from Taika Waititi that he did after Thor: Love and Thunder. There's also The Woman King, now streaming on Prime Video, which is Viola Davis starring as a real-world female African king, which is like actually it's a historical action movie, which is it's actually pretty good. Conclave is now available to stream on Peacock. It was on Prime for a long time. It's now on Peacock. So if you didn't check that movie out yet, we both really like that movie. You can check it out there. The new Medea film from Tyler Perry, Joe's College Road Trip, is now available on Netflix. So if you're into the Tyler Perry stuff, which
a lot of people are,
nothing wrong with that. I haven't seen any of them, so I can't say anything.
No,
but, like,
me neither.
You know, if you're into them, it's available. And then finally, The Black Phone is now on Netflix. You can check it out on Netflix, which I think is going to get it more eyes because it was on, I think, Peacock before, because it's a Blumhouse movie. So, but now it's on Netflix, so hopefully we'll get more eyes on it because that movie's really good. I know Kevin wasn't too big on the sequel. I think the sequel is not as good, but it's still pretty good.
And so why don't you guys make your own opinion on it?
Exactly. All right, but that is it for all the stuff that's streaming this week, or like it's going to be available for streaming. Let's talk about the trailers that came out this week. Kevin, did anything stand out to you? I know there's two big ones, I would say.
Two big ones. But we'll start with the one that should have been at the Super Bowl, and it's the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. It so much fun. It action packed, and that's what I want out of a trailer, not whatever they showed at the Super Bowl. And this made me really hyped about the movie. I was already going to go see it, but this movie was like, ooh, it's intriguing now for me. And then Obsession looks really cool, and The Mummy, I mean, looks awesome as well for me. A little comedy horror is Over My Dead Body, I feel like is going to be really funny.
Yeah, I think, I'm right there with you. Mandalorian and Grogu, that trailer is just really good compared to the last two, which have been subpar, to say the least. I think The Mummy looks really fascinating. A really different way to do that story. So I think it looks actually pretty original for something that gets a lot of versions. I think Obsession looks fantastic. I'm so glad they're not telling us anything. And then I'm also going to say, Over Your Dead Body looks fine. I think that the AI doc, or How I Became an Apocalyptimist, which I think that looks really interesting because it's literally about AI and the dangers that it poses. But the interview not only has people who are like experts in the field of why it could go wrong, but it has the heads of these companies on there. And they even share some doubt about it, which is really interesting. Hopefully, the people that make graphics cards can get their shit together and watch it and maybe be like, hey, maybe we should make graphics cards for gamers again. But that's it for the trailers this week. Tyler Perry must have a huge fan base because I legit cannot see the point of Medea, so more power, I guess. Just don't criticize him because he'll get all butthurt. I mean, a lot of celebrities and directors do get butthurt when, people criticize them, but it's like you're making art. Like, even a movie like Norbit is still considered art, right? Like you can't say that not everyone's going to like your movie. So, but I mean, hey, he does have a huge fan base. Tyler Perry is a billionaire, I want to say. Yeah. So I think he also just makes movies because he likes making it. And I think that the Medea franchise has a lot of fans. So
the Medea universe?
The Medea-verse. Agreed. Medea is cringe. Wow. It's been huge for the Black community. There's a lot of fans of it. So, all power to them. If they want to make them and watch them, if it makes money and it is successful,
why
they're
not
going to keep
more?
doing it. Why not? Yeah. Yeah. Every movie series has a fan base, even the not so good ones. Yeah. Hey, Transformers made billions of dollars. So.
Yep.
Specifically the Michael Bay ones I'm talking about. But let's go ahead and go to the box office, Kevin.
Yeah. First up is Wuthering Heights with 32.8 million. Goat coming in second place with 27.2 million. Crime 101 with 14.3 million. Send Help with 8.8, and Solo Meal with 6.5, running up the top 5. Am I surprised that Goat's not at the top? I feel like I am.
Honestly, I'm not, just because Wuthering Heights is going to be the movie that gets kind of all the, especially because it came out during Valentine's Day. You got a lot of.
But
in the theater.
The kids had off this weekend, a 4-day weekend.
Yeah, well,
Mm.
I just don't think that movie was marketed very well. So I think I'm
Okay.
not that surprised it's there. I mean, I'm surprised it's in second. I was expecting it to come out way lower. But I am surprised to see that Crime 101 is so high, because I feel like I was only seeing trailers recently. But I was seeing the trailers in front of like the kind of more dad audience, and I think that it appeals to them. So
well, I saw it. I saw it in front of what's the movie that has the shotgun to the guy's back of the head? Oh my gosh.
Dead Man's Wire.
Yeah, I saw it in front of that. So
yeah, I saw it in front of like Shelter.
of course it'd be before Shelter.
Yeah, definitely feels like it's appealing to its crowd. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, cool to see it on there still though. It's an original concept. So I mean, I'm always down to see original things. I mean, Wuthering Heights is I don't know. I've been seeing real mixed things about that movie.
Yeah.
So, alrighty, but let's go ahead and talk about the movies that are coming out this week. Actually, we have a comment first. Let me get to that comment. We gotta watch Scream 7, 100%.
I'm down.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Mhm.
I don't know when it's coming out, but I mean, I'm hesitant to support it because they fired Melissa Barrera over her correct opinions. So I mean, who knows? But I mean, hey, still Scream. So, but let's go and talk about the movies that are coming out this weekend. Up first is How to Make a Killing. Disowned at birth by his obscenely wealthy family, blue-collar Beckett Redfellow will stop at nothing to reclaim his inheritance, no matter how many relatives stand in his way. This looks like it
So much
kind
fun.
of funny. It's got really mediocre reviews, though, coming in with a 54 on Metacritic right now. Can't really see why it's got the reviews, but
who's the main actor in this again?
Glenn Powell.
Oh, okay, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
It does look funny, though. I do plan on seeing it this weekend if I have the time. Up after that is Midwinter Break. A longtime couple takes a life-changing trip to Amsterdam. This is definitely the movie that your parents are going to kind of go and see, but it does look interesting. I do plan on going to see this. It looks pretty well shot, and it's got Kieran Hines and Leslie Manville in it, two very good actors. So I am kind of excited for that. So it kind of looks like two older people going to Amsterdam for the first time, and then like a life-changing revelation is made. So I don't know. Definitely interested in that. Then also we have Psycho Killer. A police officer tracks a killer after her husband, a highway patrolman, becomes one of his victims. I think this movie looks gorgeous for a kind of horror movie slasher film. I'm definitely not a fan of the continued stereotypical use of a villain, but hey, we'll see if it's any good. Yeah, so that's coming out this weekend. No reviews yet, so we'll have yet to see. And lastly, for this week, it's getting an early release in IMAX. It'll be out fully next week. Is Epic: Elvis Presley in Concert. This follows Elvis Presley, featuring never-before-seen footage and recordings. So these are unearthed archival footage of his Las Vegas residency that they are putting into theaters when they were making the movie Elvis. That with Baz Luhrmann. So Baz Luhrmann directed both of these. So
okay.
Yeah, very, very excited to check this one out. I'm not the biggest Elvis Presley fan, but I do want to see this just to see kind of the archive footage for the first time and all that.
Well, and see how it can compare to the Austin Butler one too as well.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's him. It's Elvis. It's not like.
But I meant like you can be like, oh,
how close they nailed it.
Yeah.
God, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Oh, never mind. Scream is next week. Scream is next week? Oh man,
what?
I've been losing track of everything. Is it really next week? Yeah, it is next week. Okay.
Well,
I guess that's what we're going to be doing next week.
Nope.
Oh, that's true. You won't be here. Yeah, that is going to be it for all of the kind of
scheduled
stuff, the scheduled content. Now we can kind of transition a little bit over into the movies that we watched over the course of last week. And I'm proud of Kevin this week. He watched more than 2 movies.
I did, but I also watched 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I watched technically 6 movies,
Yes,
but I
we do
can't
have.
talk about the other ones.
Well, technically, it would be 7. Yeah, Kevin will realize that later. But anyhow, I have one. How many did you count them beforehand?
No.
Okay, I'll count it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm counting mine.
12.
2.
I have 12. You have 3. So 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1.
What movie?
We have 2 for movie club.
Oh, and then okay, I see. Never mind. Okay.
Math is fun.
Yeah.
In memory. All right, so I guess we'll do 4 for me, 1 for you, 4 for me, 1 for you, 4 for me, 1 for you.
Yep, sounds good.
Easiest way to go here. So is that? Yeah, this is correct. Okay. All right. So both Kevin and I have been watching the James Bond movies. That's really no surprise. Because we're going to be planning on doing some content for that coming up. But my first movie that I watched this week was... Why is it not showing? There we go. Tomorrow Never Dies. This is the second Pierce Brosnan movie, and I actually really enjoyed this one. I have a lot of nostalgia for it, I think. It's one of the ones that my brother and I would always watch when we were younger. So I definitely enjoyed it for that reason. I like the cast here. I think Brosnan is much better this time than he was in GoldenEye. I think GoldenEye, he's still kind of getting his feet wet. This time he's more in the role, which I really like. Jonathan Pryce is a great villain that he feels more relevant than ever, which is kind of fun to watch now. And then Michelle Yeoh, Oscar-winning Michelle Yeoh from Everything Everywhere All at Once, is awesome here. And I like that she's given a lot of screen time. She is technically a Bond girl, even though she's another secret agent. So definitely pretty awesome. The plot can get a little ridiculous, but that's
James
Bond
movie. That's a Bond movie, right?
It's never supposed to be ultra realistic. There is some chase and action scenes that you're definitely like, I don't know about that. But I do like the villain's layers. He has multiple in this movie, and they're really cool looking. Especially he has this giant like stealth boat that he has for the end. It's pretty great. And I mean, I think it's pretty relevant. It's not the most crazy Bond movie in the world, but I do like it slightly better than GoldenEye. So I gave it a 78. And then continuing my month-long challenge, which is Fill the Map February, I checked out Echoes from a Somber Empire from 1990. This is a film from the Central African Republic. This is a fascinating look at a man who declared himself the first emperor of the Central African Republic, just out of nowhere. And essentially was not a good person. But obviously the biggest thing that he was kind of infamous for was cannibalism. So yeah, and there's like a part where the journalist that is like the main point of focus of the documentary takes us through the house that was like, rioted through, and like the mob kind of went through it, kind of trying to find him. And you walk through the kitchens, and there's like, so he cooked people here, and the guy's like, the fridge, we got a couple of them hanging up. It's just like, oh shit,
just casual.
But I really enjoy the footage of Bokassa, who's the guy's name, and the trial footage of him as well. I think the compilation of footage mixed with the music choices from Werner Herzog, who this was my first documentary of his, was really interesting. It was kind of like fear and amazement. But I do think that there are numerous interview segments with people who were affected by him that are just, they slow it to a crawl. Like it's literally just the journalist guy it follows, and the person, they're just like pacing like in the same spot, just talking for like 5, 6, 7 minutes, and it's just like, it's kind of boring. And like what's said in them is cool, but like the pacing of it, I would have rather had the audio over like footage as opposed to them just like pacing through Venice or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But it's still a fascinating documentary. It's on Criterion Channel if anyone's interested. And I want to say it's like an hour. No, hour and a half. So yeah, very, very interesting and very fascinating. So, but speaking of Criterion, I believe I watched this on Prime. Escape from New York. John Carpenter movie.
Is that the one with the eye patch?
Yeah, Kurt Russell going into New York. It's a giant prison. I think it's good. I don't think it's great. I think that it's nowhere near the highs of John Carpenter's filmography. It's not as good as Halloween. It's not as good as The Thing. But it is fun, and it's got some decent performances. I think Kurt Russell's really fun. I think that Isaac Hayes, who is most well known for playing Chef on South Park, he plays the main villain. I think he's a lot of fun. Lee Van Cleef, who was in a lot of the Clint Eastwood movies like Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and things like that. That is the wrong button. He's good. And then I forget Stanton. Harry Dean Stanton is also good. They're all clearly having a blast, and I think that's what makes it so much fun. And Russell is a good anti-hero, but the plot is just fine. Like, it doesn't make sense that they would just make the entire island of Manhattan a prison. Like, it's kind of, I don't know. Like, it just looks like New York. Like, and that's partially an insult to New York, but like, it just looks like New York. Like, I was expecting something more like Mad Max, because it's supposed to be like all these gangs of people trying to lead the city, but it just kind of feels more like the Warriors, which I was kind of disappointed by. But it's a fun movie, some fun scenes, but at the end of the day, it's just not memorable enough to me to say it's like some of the best of the 80s movies, but it's good. I would recommend watching it. I did enjoy it.
Okay.
So, and lastly, before I go over to Kevin, there's another Phil the Map February movie, which is The Cave, a documentary from Syria that I checked out. It's a worthwhile subject, which is obviously I don't know if it's still going on because I'm not knowledgeable because I'm American, but in Syria with the kind of the government and the Russians were like bombarding cities, like attacking civilians essentially. But this is about a group of doctors who operates an underground hospital, and it follows one in particular, Dr. Amani, who is a very young female pediatrician, and is kind of focusing on helping kids that are affected by everything that's going on. These stories are so important to tell because these are people who are literally putting their lives on the line to just do the right thing. And it's fascinating. I think especially Kevin, as someone who works in the medical field, I think that you would, really not enjoy this. I think enjoy is the wrong word, but kind of nice to see other people doing something really good with their position. What I didn't really like as much was the structure of it. I think that I wish it was shorter, because I think that it's just too much of the same over and over again. Like, it's good to see everything that happens and the effects of it, but like, it kind of feels there's no structure really. Like, it's just like, here's this day, and then it goes into this day, and then this day, and then like, I think like cut another 20 minutes from it, and I think it would have been perfectly fine. It's not like what we're getting is bad. I'm not saying it's bad by any means. I'm just saying it's just a little long for what's there. It definitely feels drawn out. I think that's the best way I can describe it. It's drawn out.
Yeah.
It could have been edited down a little bit, but still very good. It's on Hulu if anyone wants to watch it, or Disney Plus. So it's called The Cave, 81 out of 100. So Kevin, let's take a trip to Bond Town.
Yeah, it's from Russia with Love. This is just mediocre, unfortunately. I liked another one more than Garrett did too. I think, did you give Russia with Love higher than Thunderball?
No, lower.
Oh, lower. Okay, good. So we're on the same page.
So far, I think this is the worst one.
Yes, and it is just because I couldn't even tell you the villain in this one, or unfortunately what actually happens in this movie, because I don't really remember. I know there's a Russian girl, and they have to have and the Russian girl has to get like a typewriter. I don't think it's a typewriter, but it literally looks like a typewriter.
It's a code translator. Yeah,
which is cool, but the action is really good, but it's just the story gets dragged on for too long. And then, like you always keep saying, Spectre being the villain doesn't feel like a big Bond villain for me. They're just in the background a lot, and they're only sending like their minions to go catch Bond. So it's not really like, oh my gosh, it's the final boss in here, and that last 30 minutes is change Bond and the final boss. It's just like, oh, they're just henchmen. Of course he's gonna win, kind of a situation. I did like the car scene or car chase that happens in this movie. I think it's in this movie. No, maybe I'm thinking of another movie. Sorry. See, I can't remember. I can't remember what's happening. So 58 out of 100. The song is good though, but then everything else just falls wayside, unfortunately.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I did find something out that the guy who plays one of the villains, the blonde like henchman guy that he kills on the train, is actually the same actor that plays Quint in Jaws.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I have no idea. But I guess like 10 years before, so or over 10 years. But alrighty, continuing on, I have another movie from Fill the Map February, which is I Am Not a Witch, which is from Zambia, a country in Africa. And oh my god, I love this movie. Everyone here should check it out. It is so good. It's an incredible debut film. This it's a woman director. She has never made a feature film before this. This is the first feature length film, and man, it is. I want her to do more movies. She had a movie that came out last year or the year before called On Becoming a Guinea Fowl, which is available on.
Oh, I've heard that one.
Yeah, so same director. Both are Zambia-based films, which is really cool. What I really like here in this movie is the tone. It strikes a delicate balance between comedy and its satire and tragedy with like a surgical precision. It is really, it knows when to be sad and it knows when to be funny. The movie has its absurd comedic elements, mostly from the character Banda, who is like this inept government official. And also just, there's a lot of scenes where you want to tear your heartstrings out because it's kind of, you feel bad for this character. And while that Banda character is great, the main character, Maggie Mulabwa, plays a character named Shula, is absolutely incredible. One of the best child performances I've ever seen. She's like 8 years old in the movie. I don't know if she's actually 8 years old. But like just watching her in every scene is magical. She can convey so much with so little, which is really strong. The film is absolutely gorgeous. If you don't know anything about Zambia's landscape is very barren. So the fact that they can make good cinematography with this movie in that environment is really something special. And the movie goes places you're not expecting it to go, which is really cool. If anything, I wish it was a little bit more absurd and a little bit more weird, because it kind of leans into those angles, but doesn't really do anything with that. But I love the message of this film. I love the look of it. I love the performances. I think it's an excellent film. So 93 out of 100. It's available on Criterion Channel, Tubi, and Movie. So
nice.
All right. Another James Bond movie for me after that is On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Actually, was over at my parents' house and watched this with my dad. I haven't watched a movie with my dad in a long time, so that was a special little thing. I think it's surprisingly good, and I think this is actually one of the better Bond movies that I've reviewed so far. I had heard good things come about this one, kind of from other people. When it came out, it was lambasted because where's Sean Connery? Because this is the only movie starring George Lazenby, and I really like him as Bond. He's more physical. He feels more like a spy. In a lot of regards, kind of like Roger Moore, feels more like a spy as opposed to Sean Connery. Just feels like a blundering Scottish guy. But I also think it's better shot. It looks gorgeous. There's shots in this movie that are incredible for a Bond movie. Which I don't think we got good cinematography in a Bond movie until the Daniel Craig ones. So. But as far as like Bond goes, yeah, Lazenby is good. It's also got a good Bond girl with Tracy, who I'm not going to spoil what happens with her. But again, this movie will blow your expectations away. I'm telling you right now. I will say the rest of the cast, aside from Tracy and Bond, are just okay. I mean, obviously Q and M are here. The Daniel Llewellyn and Bernard Lee, they're great as always. But the villain, the actor playing the villain this time is not that good. It's a villain we've seen before, but the actor playing him just was okay. It's a slower paced movie too. It's definitely a little bit longer. It's like almost 2.5 hours, but it's more methodical and it's more emotional. So I do really like this movie. I give it an 81 out of 100. Belgate. No, it's all good. I also did another James Bond movie, Live and Let Die. I just really wanted to check this one out because I've been wanting to watch it for forever. This is the one that deals with like voodoo and like in the Caribbean and stuff. I think I like this one slightly more than most people. It hasn't necessarily aged the best, but I do feel like it's not as bad as other movies from the time. I mean, the way that James Bond movies in these days treated people from Asia is probably way worse. But it's Roger Moore's first movie, and I really like Roger Moore. He's suave, he's capable, he's charismatic. He feels like he can actually fight. I also like the villain in this movie, played by Yaphet Kotto, who he's been in a lot of things, but Kevin, you probably most know him. He was in Alien. He was the black guy in Alien. But he plays the villain here, really good. I also love the henchman, Baron Samedi. Instantly iconic henchman, even though he doesn't do a whole lot. But what struggles here is the overall story, like the kind of reason for everything. It like happening. It's kind of not that interesting, but I like it had all these cool ideas like the voodoo, the Caribbean. The settings are gorgeous, but like I feel like they had ideas and they just had to like kind of string a plot along. But also it has the really stupid sheriff character. This is the first one he shows up in. He was the one in Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah.
I hate that character, and this is where he first showed up. So it's got fun elements, and more is great, but it's not the franchise's best. I give it a 69.
Nice.
And there you go. And last, before we get back to Kevin, is another Fill the Map February movie, which is from Papua New Guinea, called Cannibal Tours. And I don't know what you're expecting from that title, but it's not what you're going to get. This is an uncomfortable movie because of the way that it kind of films it. So it's a documentary about these kind of indigenous tribes in Papua New Guinea that were, when you hear of like the cannibal headhunter kind of tribes, this is what you're thinking of. So it's about the primarily European and American tourists that go to these countries to experience the alien, and kind of show how we just treat these people like dog shit. But the documentary also shows how these indigenous people take advantage of the tourists, and they feed them lies. Like, yeah, this rock, I tell people all the time, this is where we used to cut people's heads off and drink the blood. We did nothing with this rock. It's
That's
really
hilarious.
It's really funny the way that they take care. It is horrifying, just like to see all these rich white tourists just going around thinking that they're like, oh, we're so much better, and to hear like the conversations like oh, but these people are closer to nature. Yeah, but they don't have like the suave, sophisticated. And it's like, shut up. The quality of the video is awful. You do have to watch it on YouTube, and it's from the 80s, so it's definitely going to struggle a little bit. But the way that it presents itself is really good, so I give it an 85. It's free on YouTube somewhere if you can find it. I think there's like a country's like archive it's on, but very good. Would highly recommend it.
Nice. Very cool.
Let's go to your next Bond movie.
Yes, my next Bond movie is Goldenfinger, and I think this is one of my favorite ones, I think, out of the Sean Connery ones so far, because it is that good. I like the villain in this movie. He looks like a villain. He is a villain, but I wish they would have done more gold statues, if that makes sense. Have him placed at his mansion or something like that, because we only get one person that gets engulfed in gold, unfortunately, but it would have been cool to have a little bit more of that. I did like Oddfella in this as well, or Odd Job. Odd Job in this, a very silent person, but
iconic henchman.
Yeah, so good. And even the first interaction that we have with Bond and I guess Jill is her name, Shirley Eaton, when he's cheating with the cards and everything like that, and that's how we get to know the villain. I thought that was really cool as well, because he's not really good at what he does. He just wants to do it.
He just wants to
make money. Yeah, exactly. Which is really good. There are some again iconic shots from this movie with the old golden girl, and it's. Other than that, I think it's really good. I would hate to spoil it just because it is an older movie though, but it's just really good. Again, action. It's James Bond. Of course, it's going to be good. But yes, this is the best one so far. I think I still have like 2 more to go with the Connery's James Bond movies, but this one so far, tip of the top for me.
Yeah, it's easily his best one for sure. It has the iconic sequence when he's on the table with the laser and he's like, you expect me to talk? He's like, no, I expect you to die.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Alrighty, and my last 4 before we get back to Kevin's last one. I had another movie from Fill the Map February. Turns out when you're doing a challenge, I watched a movie called Vi from 2019. This is from Fiji, Tonga, the Solomon Islands, the Cook Islands, Samoa, and Niue, because it's an anthology movie of 8 short films put into one movie. They all are about a female character of different ages that shares the name Vi, or Vey, or I forget exactly how it's pronounced. But it's from 8 different of these kind of islands in this region, right? New Zealand, Fiji, all those things. I went in knowing nothing about it, but I'm pleased to say it's really, really well done. It's 8 short stories by 8 different filmmakers, but they all feel like they were made by the same person. They're all done in like oneers or close to oneers, which is really cool. And I just wish that some of the stories were longer though, because like they do set you up to kind of care about these characters, but then like right when you start to like really get invested, they strip it away and go to the next story. So that's really the biggest thing. I would like a little bit more depth. But I think that's the shortcoming of the anthology format, right? But this is probably the most easily available movie from these countries. It's on Prime, so you can just check it out. So that's why I'm really excited for it, and it's good. It's just I wish there was a little bit more deep. It's really the only thing. But then I decided to just put on a movie that I owned. I was like, you know what? I got to start watching all these movies that I own that I haven't watched yet. So I put on a Universal monster movie, House of Dracula, which I wasn't expecting anything good. But hey, this was a fun movie.
Hey, it doesn't look bad.
It's not that terrible. This is actually cool because this was, as of so far this year, this is my 100th movie of the year so far. So 2 months in and I've hit 100. Kevin, you got to catch up. No, I'm just kidding. But this film is interesting. It's a gathering of the monsters in like surprising and unique way, though. The entire premise is that there's this doctor who lives in the Transylvanian village or whatever, who's like renowned for like curing diseases. So both the Wolfman and Dracula seek him out to be cured. And shenanigans will arise from there. It feels like a Marvel movie, kind of, right? Where they're like, oh, these characters are coming together. It wasn't for the first time, I'm sure, but like, just kind of feels in that regard like, oh, they're in the same universe and they're acknowledging it. The standout for the cast is Lon Chaney Jr. playing the Wolfman. I mean, I really like him as the Wolfman, so he does a lot here. I do think that the rest of the performances are on the weaker side, especially the Dracula here. I like the kind of Dracula they're going for, but it feels really cheap. They couldn't get Bela Lugosi, obviously. It has its fun moments and a cool premise, but I also think it's really boring. Like when it's not dealing with like any kind of monster shenanigans, it's pretty boring. There's also a really annoying side character that I just hated every moment he was on screen.
We'll get to that when I get my wheel spin.
Well, there you go. Yeah. But I think it picks up at the end. It's over way too quickly. There's no explanations, but it is a fun time. Like better than I was expecting. So 52 out of 100. I thought it was fine. Nice. Another Bond movie, Kevin. Surprise, surprise. I watched The World Is Not Enough yesterday. This is the third Pierce Brosnan one. Not the worst one by far, but it is not the best either. I definitely prefer Tomorrow Never Dies and GoldenEye so far.
Okay.
But this one still isn't a bad Pierce Brosnan one. I think what lets this one down is the supporting performances and a lackluster script. The overall script just isn't that interesting. The story is not that fun. The dialogue isn't that good. I mean, Bond's is, but the supporting characters, again, are really the weak point here. Denise Richards is in this movie. And she's bad. I mean, she's very pretty, and like the way that she's written as a character, she's supposed to be very knowledgeable. But there's no way that someone that looks like Denise Richards would be a nuclear physicist. I mean, if there's someone out there, go for it. But it's more so in the way that she plays the character. She plays her very boring and flat, and just not like I would expect. But like Sophie Marceau, who plays the other Bond girl, is slightly better, only because her character is far more interesting, and her dialogue, I would say, is better. The villain Renard is fun, but I think his performance is probably the best of the supporting ones, but he's not that good either. Yeah, story's not that interesting. It does feel like Bond entering into the 2000s. There's definitely a lot more like computer stuff going on.
Yeah.
But the set pieces are fun. The initial boat chase is really kind of thrilling. But just set pieces aren't enough. The whole story has to win you over too, and it just doesn't feel that innovative here to the formula. It's okay, so I'll give it a 65.
Nice.
Lastly is my last movie, which I watched today, which was a Fill the Map February one, which is Ro, or Soul, from Malaysia. And this is a horror movie, which is one of the first horror movies I've covered on Fill the Map February. And I think it's well done. I think that there are a few key things to highlight. The movie looks very good. It's definitely taken a lot of inspiration from movies like The Witch, or even some movies like not Sinister, but like it's taken from some like more artsy horror movies.
Artsy horror.
But I love the way that it also works like a non-Western mythology. And this isn't just like, oh, it's a demon. There's a satanic cult. It's like Malaysian mythology, which is really cool, and it makes it feel a lot more unique. And I would say worth checking out. But I'm again, I'm happy to see movies that bring different mythologies to global audiences, and then not just like use demons or whatever. But where the film falters a bit for me is its pacing. It's definitely a slow movie, and not in a good way. Like it's a slow burn, but in a bad way. I think that it takes the worst lessons from movies like The Witch. Like The Witch is a very scary movie, and I love that movie, but it is a slow burn in the right way. This one just kind of feels like a slow burn in the wrong way. The central idea behind it is cool, but it just doesn't translate to a supernatural horror movie in the way that I would like it to. It's a creepy movie, which is better than being just not scary. But it's not scary though. It's just creepy, which is fine. It's original and fresh though, and that has to be respected, I think, in the horror genre, especially when someone puts out an original idea. But it is a new voice and a new story, trying to go new places, and I think that should be respected.
Yeah, so nice, very cool.
Available on Tubi. If anyone would like to watch that one.
Very cool, very cool.
All right, Kevin, your last movie.
Yeah, my last movie is Thunderball, and it's not one of the better ones of the 007 franchise, but I did like the underwater camera work. But like you said last week, it's literally they got underwater cameras and were like, let's use them. Kind of.
Oh wow, look what we can do.
Yeah, and it does slow down the movie a little bit at that point, but the shots are beautiful when they're underwater and all that stuff. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. Again, it's another Bond movie, so you're gonna get all of the action sequences that are really good. And I don't know, I really like the underwater sequences, even though they didn't really do too much to the story or plot of it, which I wish it would have. But I did like the villain in this one a little bit more than some of the other ones. But I mean, it's just that I'm getting tired of Connery being 007 because I've watched him how many days in a row though too, so that's another thing to do. But yeah, it was just okay, but I really enjoyed the cinematography inside of the water and everything like that. But everything else is, again, like I said, a Bond movie, so it's very kind of predictable in that aspect of it. So I gave it a 70 out of 100. Still really good though. As Garrett's dying on the other side.
Sorry, yeah, it was a bad time to start coughing. Alrighty, well, those are the movies that are outside the wheel spin. So thank you for bearing with us. Plot being ridiculous for a Bond film, that's like saying water is wet. Oh, wait. Yeah, I mean, I like it when they're ridiculous, but like, so there is a point when it can get like too ridiculous. Like, no one should survive that kind of a thing. So there's definitely that. But again, it is part of the fun of it. But like, there is a point when I just don't like the ridiculousness. I don't know.
Yeah, it's too ridiculous.
Too ridiculous. I kind of wish that the upcoming Denis Villeneuve one goes more in the weird, ridiculous direction, like almost cartoony. Because like he said, he grew up watching him with his dad or whatever. So like, I want to see some more like the Roger Moore and Sean Connery stuff. That's what I want to see. I don't know.
Yeah.
But alrighty, let's go ahead and get into the wheel spin movies. Kevin, why don't you take us for your short first?
Yeah, my short. It's a Woody Woodpecker short, and it was just okay. It wasn't the greatest, unfortunately. Again, animation is still really good, especially during these times, but the story didn't intrigue me as much. He's going skiing, and then at the end of it, he becomes Santa Claus. So riddle me how that goes from that to that. But it didn't pull me in like some of the other Looney Tunes ones do. But it was just okay. So I give it a 57 out of 100. I'm hoping that other Woody Woodpecker shorts come up on the wheel so I can check them out to kind of put them against each other and see if this is actually how all of them are.
All right. My short this week was Pinto Pink, which is my first Pink Panther short, I think, from the wheel at least. And I think there's a really great reference to It Happened One Night. in this movie, or in this short, which I really like. However, I didn't see a point to this, and I don't think it's that good looking. I've never really thought that the Pink Panther shorts looked that good. I mean, I appreciate that it uses the music from the films to kind of like tie it over, but like the Pink Panther character has nothing to do with the movies, which was fascinating. This entire short was just not that funny or anything to me. I didn't see a point. The story literally was like pointless. So I don't know. Yeah, it exists. So 40 out of 100. Not my favorite thing.
That's okay. That's okay.
Well, let's talk about not a favorite.
Not a favorite, yeah. The Hills Have Eyes, the original by Wes Craven. And this movie, the remake is better for a reason, I feel like. The remake had to start with a movie that need to be remade, and I'm glad they did this one. But this movie is very slow. It's very the blonde girl in this movie is absolutely annoying. But you don't care for any of the characters, even the cannibal characters. Like they're all given planet names except for the girl. Her name is Ruby. Doesn't tell me why her name is Ruby and everybody else has a planet name. So it doesn't spend enough time with any of the characters to have them fully develop into ones that I'm going to care about if they die or anything like that. The real MVP of this movie is a dog. His name is Beast. He kills like 2 of them before any of the humans do, which is really cool because they killed his wife pretty much, because it's Beauty and Beast is the other dog's name. And he's the real MVP in this movie. Nutty and I were watching this together. We were rooting the entire time, like, let's go, Beast, like kind of thing like that. But I will say the landscape and the scenery in this movie is fantastic, just because what can you do with a desert mountains? But it really does look really nice when they do the cinematography in that. But other than that, just watch the remake. You don't need to watch this one. 17 out of 100.
All right. Well, yeah, sounds like a negative review from Kevin. My wheel spin this week was the greatest beer run ever from 2022. This is by the same filmmaker that did the Oscar-winning movie Green Book, who that movie should not have won Best Picture. I think that he was so desperate for another one that he just wanted to make a movie that was very similar. It's definitely mixed in terms of what I think of it, because on one hand, it's a very flawed and amateur type of script, and it's got major technical issues. But on the other hand, I do like how it addresses the idea of patriotism and how that blind faith can be changed by actually seeing things that are going on. I think that Efron is really good here, given the weak script. He's sincere, and I love his interactions with everyone around him. He gives off the kind of boyish charm and lack of knowledge on the world around him that kind of makes the movie work. Russell Crowe is also good here as a journalist in Vietnam, kind of playing the foil to him, kind of in terms of like how they think. You know, the idea is a fun one, like going to Vietnam to give all your, the people who are in your hometown beer, so they can have it, even though it's a terrible beer. Perhaps Blue Ribbon. But where this film fails, though, is in a variety of areas. Number one is the pacing. It's slow as hell. It just really doesn't do anything. It's very Oscar baity. And I think that it's very simplistic and almost stupid in terms of how the script is. Like, oh, geez, guys, turns out the war in Vietnam was bad. Like, is literally how it feels. Yeah, it's the same low IQ type of sentiment that gave us Green Book. Like, Green Book is like, he's got like a guy who drives for a black piano player or whatever, and they go through the South, and he learns like, oh, racism is bad. Like, it's the same stupid type of like Oscar baity thing. Like, your parents probably love this movie. Finally, the film never goes as far as it should when it shows the atrocities and the mental health impacts and the chaos of the Vietnam War. Like, it talks about some of it, but like it should have gone a lot further. It should have gone like the Apocalypse Now angle and really shown the craziness, and it just doesn't. It's mediocre. Don't expect anything you haven't seen before, but Efron and the concept are good enough that it keeps it afloat, like slightly over 50%. But it's just not that interesting, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's just my opinion. So, as Kevin's was with Hills Have Eyes. So, alrighty. But let's go ahead and get to the wheel spin, Kevin. But
Yes.
we do have a comment first. So let's go ahead
we
and
do.
get that. I liked Pink Panther cartoons as when I was young. So imagine my confusion whenever I would see a Pink Panther movie copy at a rental store and there was no actual Pink Panther. Yeah,
True.
I actually have on my shelf. I have like a special edition of all the Pink Panther movies, and the Pink Panther only shows up in those movies in like the animated intros.
Yeah,
like it's weird. I don't know, but yeah, good point. I miss video rental stores, man.
Yes.
I would run one if I could. But let's go ahead and get into the next part, Kevin, which is where we do what?
We spin a wheel and it lets us watch what we need to watch for the
That's
week.
absolutely correct. Yeah. So if anyone wants to go ahead and get some suggestions in for the wheel, we'll limit it to one movie per person if possible. But we'll go ahead and add those to the wheel. We also have our wheel of shorts, which I believe we got added to a week or two ago. So I think we're good on shorts for now. But what are you thinking, Kevin? What do you want to say? Oh yeah, hopefully the comments work this week too.
Oh yeah.
But what do you want to watch, Kevin? Anything in particular?
Disney.
Okay. So something Disney.
Yeah, that would be good. I haven't watched like a Disney anime, like what's it called? I was gonna call it Aquapolis. It's not Aquapolis.
Atlantis.
Thank you. So,
well, we'll see what you end up getting. I mean, I'm always down for anything, so anything is good to me. Let's see here. These comments are nothing's coming through yet.
No.
So we'll give it an extra little bit of time here. Yeah, I don't know what I want. Anything.
Anything's
really.
fine. Yeah. How? What are you gonna watch coming up on your map?
Ooh, I only have to do. Let me see. While we're waiting for comments to come in, might be delayed a little bit. Let's see here. I only have to do 4 more movies for the month because I've watched some short films too. Because sometimes countries only have short films.
Yeah.
So, and I don't usually talk about all the short films I watch in my things because we'd be here for a lot longer. But so I only have 4 more to go. I did spin. What was the country? Rwanda next, which is an African country. So I have a film called Sometimes in April that I'm going to be checking out.
Sometimes in February.
Right. And then whatever ends up getting rolled next, I have a separate wheel on a different website that has all the countries I haven't seen things from that I will spin. So,
cool.
I'm not seeing any comments. So this is either people are not commenting or
it is down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna send. We have like a referral link thing that we can send. So I'm gonna see if that maybe triggers anything to come through. Also, for those of you who don't know, we are back to streaming on Twitch. So tonight we have been streaming on Twitch. It looks like we've had one person at least watching through Twitch. Hope you're having a good night so far. Yeah, we're back on there, just in an effort to help kind of grow the audience a little bit. So we'll kind of talk about that a little bit later. But I'm not seeing any comments, and I'm not seeing. Yeah, I can't see it. I got a text from Joey here. I seriously, they're not coming through, and I don't know why.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe what we'll do. Hanny Calder from 1971 is the movie from Joey. I don't know if Nadia has anything.
I just texted her. I'll see if she wants anything.
I know we're hitting an hour, so I don't want to leave us.
You can roll some shorts first, and then
it's true. We can do shorts,
and then if she texts me back, I can tell you.
Alrighty, Wheel of Shorts. Last time we spinned and they ended up coming through, so
Do you have the stuff on there?
I do have the stuff on there. I've reviewed it. You have not seen it.
Oh, okay.
I love this stuff. All right, Kevin.
Yes, my short.
Your short. Can I can show. Oh, I can show the comments on here. That's fun.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, look at that.
Yay, my pick for myself.
Yeah, can't do that. So let's go ahead and shuffle it up and spin it again for you.
What
Yeah,
about?
I don't know why it's not showing them. It's like the comments show just fine throughout the rest of the stream, and then like when we hit the hour mark, they just disappear. Hey, you got the one that I watched.
Hey, Pinto Pink. Okay.
You got a
That's
Pink
cool.
Panther short this week.
Hey, we can take that one off the list too.
Yes, we can remove it.
I have
Alrighty,
one.
and
I have one for Nadia the movie.
Okay.
So when we
when we get
switch
to the
over-
movie wheel, we'll get that added. Alrighty. And mine is Air Meets Hair.
I feel like you've watched that one.
It's actually a good point. Let me see. I feel like I've seen a lot of the World War II stuff. I have not seen this one.
Mm.
Get it? Not see. Because it has to do with World War II. Yeah, I have not seen that one. So we'll go ahead and add that to the list. We go ahead and I'm going to close that, and I'm going to add Kevin to that one. And then from now on, basically, if Kevin wins one that I haven't seen either, I add my initials to it. All right. We'll go ahead and save that real quick, and then we open up the wheel of movies. Alrighty, and what is the movie from Nadia?
If you want to see if it's on there, Deadly Friend is what it's called.
Deadly Friend?
Yeah, 1986.
Let's see. No, not on there. So, we'll get that on there. Oh, there's. I see Joey's comment came through. Yeah, Joey, your comment finally came through. It's weird. It says it came in before we did the like the link or whatever, the referral.
Mm-hmm.
So really odd. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why it does it at the hour. But I'm glad we got it in beforehand.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Kevin, let's get you your movie.
Let's get me Atlantis. I'm predicting it right
You
now.
can always just watch it anyway.
I know. But it's fun
more,
to get it
it's
on
more
the
fun to
wheel,
land
too.
on it. Yeah. And that is not what you're getting. You are getting Free Jack from 1992.
Yeah.
Yes, the much loved Disney animated movie. I'm just
Yes,
kidding.
Free Jack.
Oh, it is actually a science fiction
Sci-fi.
action crime drama
Okay.
with Emilio Estevez, Mick Jagger, Anthony Hopkins. Wow. Alrighty, what a movie.
Yeah.
Is it on anything? Yeah, it's on Prime and Tubi. So there you go.
Tubi killing it.
Tubi Doobie killing it. Alrighty, let's go ahead and spin it for me. I have no idea what I'm going to get, which is the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
My movie is going to be. I can't pick for myself. I have no problems doing that already. We gotta finish this up and record some movie club.
Mm-hmm.
That is a Kevin movie. We'll shuffle it and spin it again. I watched that as a part of my collection catch-up because I think I bought 13 hours at like a thrift shop for like $2.
Mm.
Okay.
Wow.
Not lucky today.
No. Mm-mm.
That's okay. My brain like seeing the color wheel go crazy.
Yeah.
Spirit Halloween. Well, what's this on? Probably nothing. Oh, it's on Shudder. Okay.
Hey. That'll do.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do.
Alrighty, removing that from the list. We'll go ahead and save the wheel for next time. Alrighty. Wowee. Okay.
Wowee.
So Kevin has got the short that I watched this week, Pinto Pink, followed by the 1992 action sci-fi crime drama, Free Jack.
How many more subgenres can we put in there?
Yeah, who knows? I also have the short Air Meets Hair, which is a World War II Looney Tunes short, and then Spirit Halloween the movie, which
Nice.
Oh boy, I've been looking for more stuff to watch on Shudder, so that works for me.
Mhm.
So yes, so obviously we talked about Kevin will not be here next week. So what we'll do is he'll just go over his movies when he gets back on the next stream that he's on. And then I should be here next week. We'll see. Who knows?
Okay.
But that's going to be about it. So thank you so much for watching. We do have our brand new episode of Movie Club coming out on Friday, which we are going to be taking a look at the classic 1960 romantic comedy. Excuse me. Dramedy. The Apartment, which I think Kevin and I are very excited to talk about. Because I got a little sneak peek of his score for it. But we're going to talk about that on Friday. So make sure you're subscribed. It comes out at 4 a.m. on Friday, like all Movie Club episodes. And this goes live every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. However, make sure, I actually need to make sure, I think all the links are updated on the YouTube channel. Check out our Instagram and our TikTok, which is going to be live, because we're going to have a new short coming out every single week where we'll do recommendations for stuff to watch over the weekend on all the major kind of
streaming
platforms.
services.
Right now, I'm just gonna call it Real Watchers Recommendations. So those will be coming out every Friday. We'll do probably one for what's coming out in theaters, kind of a short version of the kind of movies that we do on here, and then also we'll do one for streaming. So that one's more like just movies that are good that we recommend, not necessarily new movies. But anyhow, that's gonna be it for this week. Thank you so much for joining us, and until next time, make sure to keep those eyes on the screen. Have a good night, everyone.
Wow!